we know that V12 is really primed to support their customers and clients in this area. How is, really Porch and V12 and your combined capabilities, supporting this shift and evolving in this area?
Yep, Todd, why don't you take that one?
Yeah, so it comes down, and you hit it, you alluded to on the sort of the privacy changes that are coming through Chrome, but being able to map all of these individuals to those screens, had been a little bit more sort of inferred, right? So if you fire up the browser, you click on certain websites, companies had cataloged that sort of web visits to allow brands to kind of say, okay, this cookie looks a lot like Todd is the person we're trying to meet. And as that becomes under fire and not enabled any longer, what is stepping up to replace it is if I am, as a consumer, logged into a web property or connected TV, or I'm streaming something on a tablet, that sort of rich communication, that one-to-one, or that strong consumer identity can then be linked to that descriptive data that you're looking for. And here's some good examples of sort of the signals that we keep of home improvement, mortgages, furniture. All of these accounts are at the household level, but more than one individual we monitor, they come from more than one adult individual in those households that kind of signal it. But if you go to the next slide, Larissa, I can connect to the really interesting point, is knowing, and the move really kind of hits it home. So it's not only do we track those insights to the identity, the hard identity elements of that consumer, name and address, email address, but then we can shift it from the old address to the new address. We can map it between those, through that move. And so then as a brand, if you want to get your promotion in front of those consumers across all of the screen devices, whether that's connected TV, email, social, or display programmatic, by knowing the identity of the consumer, we'll be able to continue to map that to those properties, right? If you think of like social, they've always been very good. You have to log into that app in order to see your newsfeed, kind of a thing, right? So you'd be able to connect the name and address to that social platform will remain because there's strong consent both for the consumer, both to the app as well as to the data provider, which is Porch. And so we're going to be able to bridge that gap because we have, by the nature of Porch and the software that we hold, we have that one-to-one relationship with the consumer, and then we're trusted to use that data ethically, right? So we don't share it with other people, but we allow brands to take it to identify those consumers and make the promotions in the right moments for them.
Yeah, I have to tell you that move from and to data is the secret sauce. And I don't know too many providers who have that, Michelle. And really, being in marketing for 30 plus years, acquisition marketing is the sexy part. It's the driving the new. It's where a lot of the money is spent. But it's that retention side, that's really more efficient and effective for companies, and understanding that from and to address is so important from a retention standpoint. It's I hope our listeners know today how important having that single piece of data, let alone the breadth that you all have of the first party data, how important that is.